Hollywood's hottest teen drama might be facing its biggest real-life scandal yet. Behind the glitter, the awards, and the glossy red carpet smiles, Euphoria has reportedly turned into a battlefield, one that pits two of the industry's most watched actresses against each other. Zendaya, the golden girl of the moment, and Sydney Sweeney, the breakout bombshell, are at the center of whispers that have executives losing sleep and fans clutching their popcorn. Because if the rumors are true, Zendaya is done. Completely done with Sydney Sweeney. Sources close to the set say Zendaya has reached her breaking point, refusing to appear beside Sydney in press interviews, on red carpets, and possibly even within the same frame when the show returns. What could have driven Hollywood's sweetheart to such a drastic step? Word is, it all started with a mix of controversy, flirtation, and a whole lot of tension over one man, Tom Holland. Let's set the stage. Zendaya and Tom's love story has been the stuff of fan fiction come to life. Two superheroes falling in love on screen and off, sweet, respectful, unproblematic. The internet crowned them Hollywood royalty long before they confirmed their romance. But apparently, not everyone stayed on their best behavior around the power couple. According to insiders, Sydney Sweeney's name kept surfacing in connection to Tom. It started subtly, online interactions, flirty likes, cheeky comments. And while fans dismissed the early whispers as innocent fun, behind closed doors, things allegedly got uncomfortable. Zendaya, ever protective of her private life, supposedly felt Sydney was crossing lines that co-stars simply don't cross. And that's just one layer of the drama, because Sydney Sweeney's reputation has been swirling in controversy for years, and this latest chapter might have been the final straw for Zendaya. Rewind to 2022, when Sydney's family hosted a birthday party for her mother. It should have been a wholesome milestone, balloons, cake, laughter, but one photo changed everything. In the background, partygoers wore Blue Lives Matter shirts and red hats reading, "Make 60 Great Again." The internet erupted, accusing the family of supporting divisive political causes. Sydney fired back on Twitter, insisting it was an innocent celebration with no political intention. But the damage was done. Overnight, her name became shorthand for tone-deaf controversy. And that was just the beginning. From a viral bathwater soap stunt to her rumored relationship with music executive Scooter Braun, who's famously feuded with some of Hollywood's biggest stars, Sydney's public image began to tilt from breakout actress to magnet for scandal. In an industry obsessed with optics, that kind of baggage travels fast. So, when reports surfaced that Zendaya had quietly distanced herself, fans understood. As one insider put it, Zendaya's career is at its peak. She doesn't want off-screen drama leaking into her professional projects. But let's be honest, this story wouldn't have caught fire without the Tom Holland angle. Online sleuths began connecting the dots. Screenshots showed that Sydney had liked several tweets about Tom, tweets describing him as so fine and Hollywood's perfect boyfriend. And the timing? Around 2021, right as Zendaya and Tom's relationship became official. Fans were quick to call it harmless fangirling, but others saw it as a sign that Sydney's admiration ran a little too deep. One Reddit post summed it up bluntly: Sydney Sweeney wants Zendaya's man. Now, no one knows if Sydney ever directly flirted with Tom on set, but there's one moment that fans can't forget. During a group interview about Euphoria, a reporter joked that Tom Holland should make a cameo on the show. Everyone laughed politely, except Sydney, who giggled and said, "Spider-Man needs to come in and save us." The virtual room went silent. Her co-stars froze, unsure how to respond, and social media lit up within hours. For Zendaya, who's built her brand on grace and professionalism, that kind of moment might have been mortifying. And if all that weren't enough, blind item gossip pages, those shadowy corners of celebrity reporting, started spilling what they claimed was the inside scoop. One post read, "The super-thin actress and the one-named actress had a huge falling out. They won't be doing any press together for their cable drama." Fans didn't need clues. The internet pointed straight to Zendaya and Sydney. But this feud didn't just happen overnight. There are hints that tension between the two women may have simmered since the very beginning of Euphoria. As early as 2022, online rumors suggested Sydney had been making snide remarks about Zendaya behind the scenes, frustrated that the show's spotlight always seemed to orbit around her. Remember, Zendaya isn't just the star of Euphoria. She's also an executive producer, which gives her major creative influence. For some cast members, that power imbalance may have stung. By 2024, blind items grew more pointed, suggesting Sydney was quietly pushing for a larger role while the producers catered to Zendaya's schedule. When those efforts stalled, the gossip said, Sydney vented to friends about how Zendaya sucks up all the oxygen. True or not, the rumor mill turned it into gospel. Meanwhile, Euphoria Season 3 stalled, again. Officially, HBO blamed scheduling conflicts and the complexity of the scripts. Unofficially, fans believed the behind-the-scenes tension was the real culprit. When Rolling Stone published an exposé about the show's chaotic production environment, the spotlight on creator Sam Levinson only intensified. His follow-up series, The Idol, was panned for being exploitative and toxic, and his professional bond with Zendaya reportedly soured in the process. Still, Zendaya publicly defended her innocence. In one interview, she clarified that she hadn't been on set for nearly 2 years and was just waiting to start filming. Translation: if there were delays, they weren't her fault. Her words sent fans spiraling. If Zendaya wasn't the reason, then who or what was holding Euphoria back? Insiders pointed fingers at a fractured creative team and a cast barely on speaking terms. Sydney Sweeney, meanwhile, appeared unfazed. She leaned into her new fame, juggling film roles, luxury endorsements, and red carpet appearances that showcased her as Hollywood's new it girl. But the brighter her spotlight shone, the more her controversies followed her. In a recent interview, Sydney tried to downplay the endless scrutiny, brushing off past scandals with a cool laugh. But when pressed about the infamous American Eagle jeans ad that sparked another round of backlash, her awkward, evasive answers only reignited debate. Critics accused her of dodging accountability, while supporters praised her composure. Either way, the soundbite went viral, and behind the scenes, Zendaya reportedly took note. She's built her empire on authenticity, social awareness, and spotless PR. Sharing a red carpet with someone whose headlines scream backlash is the kind of risk Zendaya no longer needs to take. Executives, however, are panicking. Euphoria isn't just a hit series, it's a cultural touchstone. Both Zendaya and Sydney are vital to its brand, and without them promoting Season 3 together, the marketing campaign could crumble. One source described the mood at HBO as tense. Another admitted, we've had to rethink everything. You can't exactly split your two leads down the middle. The irony? Despite all the chaos, fans are more invested than ever. Every new leak, every whispered feud only fuels excitement for the next season. Drama sells, and Euphoria seems to have more of it off-screen than on. Yet beneath the glamour, there's a darker truth. Hollywood thrives on rivalry. Two talented women, both ambitious and successful, are too easily framed as enemies. The machine that profits from their tension also ensures that neither can escape it. Zendaya's camp insists she's not being hateful, just cautious. She wants to protect her peace, a friend allegedly told a tabloid. She's at the height of her career. Why get dragged into unnecessary noise? It's a fair question. Zendaya's transformation from Disney starlet to Emmy-winning powerhouse was built on discipline, not drama. She's one of the few young stars who can headline a blockbuster, front a luxury brand, and command respect in every room she walks into. Sydney's rise, though meteoric, has been bumpier. Glamorous, yes, but peppered with missteps. Still, there's no denying her talent. Sydney Sweeney is captivating, unpredictable, and fearless on screen. In many ways, that daring energy helped Euphoria become what it is. But sometimes the very traits that make someone magnetic in fiction can be combustible in real life. As whispers of flirtation turned into full-blown gossip, the internet did what it does best: take sides. Team Zendaya fans applauded her silence as classy and mature. Team Sydney supporters called out what they saw as an unfair witch hunt, arguing that women shouldn't be villainized over unproven rumors. Comment sections became battlegrounds, every post dissected for hidden shade. When Sydney appeared at an event without Zendaya, fans noticed. When Zendaya attended a premiere solo, blogs speculated. Even the most innocent photos became fuel for conspiracy threads. But maybe the truth is simpler than the headlines suggest. Maybe Zendaya just wants space, from gossip, from controversy, from energy that doesn't align with her own. Of course, in Hollywood, space often looks like exile. Once the tabloids sense friction, they'll chase it until there's nothing left to spin. So the more Zendaya stays quiet, the louder everyone else becomes. Still, she's not alone in her caution. Inside the industry, other stars have reportedly started keeping their distance from Sydney, weary of being dragged into another viral storm. Her rumored relationship with Scooter Braun, who spent years locked in public disputes with megastars like Taylor Swift, only added to the skepticism. It's the kind of association that makes publicists nervous. And then came the blind item that sent shockwaves through gossip circles. The illiterate actress and the one-named actress will not be appearing together at any press events for their show. Every blog, every entertainment podcast, every celebrity page had the same question. Was Euphoria in crisis? The answer might depend on whom you ask. To some insiders, the feud is exaggerated, another internet fever dream. To others, it's very real and threatening to derail one of HBO's biggest hits. Meanwhile, creator Sam Levinson has his own problems. After the critical disaster of The Idol, many fans have lost faith in his storytelling. His once tight relationship with Zendaya has reportedly cooled, with whispers that he resents her success. She's now a global icon with Oscar buzz. He's the controversial showrunner trying to salvage his reputation. It's a dynamic ripe for tension. Zendaya, ever diplomatic, avoids throwing shade. She focuses on gratitude, hard work, and the next chapter. But those close to her say she's learned to be selective about scripts, collaborators, and co-stars. Trust, once broken, is not easily rebuilt. While production on Euphoria Season 3 is finally expected to start in early 2025, the question on everyone's lips remains. What will the chemistry look like when cameras roll again? Can two actresses who can barely stand in the same room convincingly play parts of a tangled teenage world? For now, HBO is staying tight-lipped, but the silence speaks volumes. And as the internet debates every frame, another story quietly unfolds, one that reminds us how fragile fame can be. A few likes on social media, a misjudged joke in an interview, one uncomfortable laugh about Spider-Man, and suddenly a working relationship unravels under the world's microscope. The truth may never be confirmed, but perception is everything in Hollywood. And right now, perception says that Zendaya and Sydney Sweeney are Hollywood's newest Cold War. But while the spotlight burns hottest on their rumored feud, there's an unexpected figure stepping back into it. One whose story adds an entirely different layer of emotion to Euphoria's already complicated future. Because just as gossip consumed the internet, heartbreaking news surfaced about a beloved cast member fighting for his life. But beyond the drama between Zendaya and Sydney, another story has quietly captured hearts. Eric Dane, who plays Cal on Euphoria, has been battling ALS, a diagnosis that's as heartbreaking as it is daunting. Sources say Eric's determination to return to the set is nothing short of inspiring. Despite the physical limitations of the disease, he's reportedly committed to portraying his character with the same depth and intensity fans have come to expect. On set, cast and crew have described moments of awe, watching him navigate scenes with limited mobility, yet delivering lines with emotional precision. It's a reminder that while Hollywood thrives on glamour, some of its most moving moments happen behind the cameras, away from the headlines. Fans of Euphoria have been sending well wishes and encouragement for months, and the production team is reportedly adjusting schedules and logistics to ensure Eric can continue working safely. For the cast, it's not just about professionalism. It's about loyalty, respect, and celebrating the resilience of someone who's given so much to their show. And yet, amid the headlines about off-screen feuds and health struggles, the show's creative direction is still shrouded in mystery. Executives reportedly hope that the intrigue, combined with the unresolved off-screen drama, will translate to even higher viewership, proving once again that real-life controversies can fuel the cultural appetite just as much as scripted ones. Meanwhile, Sydney Sweeney seems poised to ride the wave of attention, embracing every red carpet and interview opportunity with her trademark confidence. Whether this signals reconciliation or simply a strategic PR move is anyone's guess. And for Zendaya, the approach appears markedly different. Measured, deliberate, focused on maintaining her brand while navigating a minefield of gossip. Both strategies highlight a central truth. In Hollywood, perception can be as potent as performance. As fans dissect every social media post, every interview, and every still from the set, one thing becomes clear. Euphoria Season 3 is shaping up to be as much about what happens off camera as what unfolds on screen. Between Zendaya's strategic distance, Sydney's public audacity, and the resilience of beloved cast members like Eric Dane, the show's return promises high drama, both fictional and very real. So if you've been following the twists, the whispers, and the tense standoffs, make sure you don't miss a single update. Hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know about all the latest gossip and behind-the-scenes reveals. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Who do you think will come out on top in this off-screen battle? And if this deep dive into Euphoria's hottest drama got your heart racing, give this video a thumbs up to show your support. Trust me, the story is far from over, and you'll want to be here for every shocking, jaw-dropping moment as it unfolds.